have a kid with someone else.
Mhm.
And so
So
I'm
it
just
it
going
kind of,
through a lot of emotions.
oh yeah, overload of yeah, overload. Okay, well you say emotions, overload of stress. Overloads of just mixed feelings. And again, this is a situation where if even if your husband was doing good by you, and don't feel guilty for doing what you did, because that's what your heart desired. If that's what you wanted to do at that particular time, then that's what you wanted to do. However, you still had a bond with your husband. So now what's happening is that situation, that unlawful situation right there is it's over. The universe is not going to allow this unlawful situation to happen. So what's going on is, in order for you to split from this man that you had an affair, that you was having this affair with, that him getting another woman pregnant had to happen. Because again, what is meant to be right now in this universe or in these particular times now is going to be. Whatever's not real is going to be revealed. So the main fact that your husband, found out about this this other guy, that was one thing that, blew up, right? And then the second thing, because the relationship between you and your husband wasn't real, because I'm not going to say that it wasn't real, but it wasn't that official because you felt like you wanted to go ahead and be with somebody else. Now that is going against cosmic law. Why? Because if if you was truthful in that sense, probably I'm just speaking about the outcome would not have hurt you so bad. So you know how they say you gotta, chew, bite or chew more, like you can't chew more than you can handle. I just feel like right now, what it is that you're going through is just something that's coming back around to you to just give you a sign that, you know what, it is now time for me to go my separate way and find my good elsewhere. Had he not got this woman pregnant, you probably still will be with him, because again, you have a lot of emotions. You have a lot of feelings, and you shouldn't feel bad about what you did, but it's how, you understand. And again, my love, this is not nothing dealing with the people. This is dealing with your soul, and this is dealing with the cosmic forces, laws of attraction, cause and effects. This is what the spirit realm is saying. So now you have to go through perhaps the same pain that your husband what felt when he found out that you were dealing with this particular guy. And again, whatever is not real, whatever is not real, the universe right now is going to make sure that it splits, it ends, everything moving forward, because this is what's going on as a collective. Everything that's going on is going to be revealed. You see it in the news. You see everything happening. Everything is exposed. You get what I'm saying? So right now, the only way that the two of you will separate, and you live in righteousness, is if he get the girl pregnant. Because other than that, you would still want to be with him. Now, moving forward, I still feel like both of them love you deeply. I still feel like if if you want to pursue this relationship with this guy that have a baby, I don't think that your husband, or I don't think that he will be okay with you still having this husband. That's what they're
Right.
saying. That's what it is. So this is a decision now where you is being you're being tested. You see, you're being tested of your true love. And let me tell you something. Uranus and Saturn is the number one planet that will get in your ass. And I'm just keeping it real, because Uranus deals with spontaneous changes. Boom, just like that, things change. You know what I'm saying? Just like that, the feelings and the emotions that you have change for or towards this relationship, because now you found out that you know she's pregnant, or this woman is pregnant. Now is making you have to make decisions based on your morals and your principles. That's what's happening. And that's why I'm feeling a lot of stress. And that's why the spirit realm said, hey, she needs to take a lavender bath to help her understand exactly what is happening. And it's not the surface, it's the internal you. What is happening internally that you are now attracting this situation, or what is it that you really want? What is it that you really want? Now we're testing you. Now the universe is testing you and the cosmic forces is testing you based on what it is that you deeply desire. Because anything that you deeply desire is where you should be at or who you need to be with. That's what's happening. And again, it's nothing, it's cool, it's all right. You did what you did. You love this man, and again, you could be in love with two people. That's fine. It happens. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real. I recently went through a situation too where I do want to be with, the man that is treating me right, but I do have an attraction and I do like someone else. I do.
Right.
It happens. But what the lesson for me is not where you at, it's who you want to be with, and you just have to be honest within yourself. So what's happening now with you? Yeah, you upset that you got, you upset that, or you're like, you feel like life might be ending because she's having this baby. However, how would your husband have felt if you came up pregnant and that's not his child? You
Right.
understand? And this
Right.
is this is sister to sister with me and you. So I'm just giving you an eye opener on other possibilities, or rather looking at it on a higher vision board instead of looking at it more on the emotional side. You understand? You should look at it on a vision board, because had you came up pregnant in this marriage, your husband probably would have put his hands and feet on you. That's something very hurtful.
Right. And I did, and so
Right.
then these people, I was torn then, but I went ahead and just did what I had basically to do just to try to cover it up. But it's just like this situation is just beating at me, and it's not that I feel guilty about what I did. It's the fact that I love somebody else, and
You
it's
do.
like
You do. You do. You love somebody else. But see, you love somebody else, so that somebody that you really deeply love should be the person that you should have went after. Now you receiving, I'm not going to say in a sense like it's karma, but I'm going to say like because you went again, you're receiving a lesson of going against yourself, and you're receiving a hard lesson, and you're receiving a lifelong lesson. Like, you know what? I went against myself because I know damn well that my husband wasn't the one that I wanted to be with, but in fact it was this other brother. So now time goes on, and you're feeling it, and the momentum keeps getting stronger and stronger and stronger, and then boom, you keep playing with the universe. Now we're gonna make you feel it, because if you want to be with one man, you understand. And I know it's hurtful. I cried, and I was devastated when I found out that my lover got this other girl pregnant. I cried too. It's a hurtful feeling, but guess what? As I always say, everything is in divine order. This was supposed to happen. You understand? This was supposed to happen. You got with this man to learn a lesson of love. Or probably this was a person that you met in your past life that you wanted to continue the relationship with. However, he had his own blueprint, and you also have your own blueprint. You understand? Now the lesson moving forward is, listen, if this is who I need to be, want to be with, then this is who I'm going to try to work it out with. And if the brother is willing to be with you, then so be it. But I do know that he has an attraction, or he does care for this other woman. You understand? And I don't feel like you should. I don't feel like you should feel no type of way because again, you gave your energy to two men. It's only right for him to want one woman that is not involved in a marriage. It's only right,
Right.
sister. It's only right.
Right.
He's probably an older man. He wants to have children. He wants to have a family. He wants to settle down. You got pregnant. You had that opportunity.
Well,
You chose not to. That's your choice.
right.
And it's okay. And it's okay. You understand? It's mighty fine. It's all right. Everything is in divine order. I just claim that, I claim that your spirit heals from this situation. I claim that your husband provides you or gives you or forgives you for your, not being holistic with him, you know, because that's another thing, besides you having to deal with this man and him having a baby, now you have to deal with home. That's another thing, you know. So again, I definitely, if you don't wanna continue on with the relationship with your husband, that's the first thing that you need to do. Is do that separation. Just to get your just to get your dean back. Just to get back on the path of righteousness. You understand? Like, you know what? I can't do this no more. It is not with you that I love. And that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You just being honest. Honesty, as they say, the truth will set you free. You see. So, because she's going to have that baby.
I know.
She's going to
I
have
know
that
she
baby.
is.
She's going to have that baby. I'm definitely
I
saying
know.
she's going to have that baby.
Yeah, I know.
It's all right. It's a very good lesson. You understand? It's a very good lesson, and it's nothing, nothing wrong with what you did. You didn't do anything wrong, but you just, it's just how you just went about certain things. Perhaps, you probably never thought that he would get someone else pregnant. You probably
I
just never thought.
never,
Say that once more.
never.
I'm sorry. Say that once more.
I said I never did, but
Yeah.
Everything you saying is right. I went against myself, trying to protect others' feelings and put my feelings on the back burner, and now it's just like, what did I? You know what I'm saying? It's like, what was I thinking?
That's what normally happens. That's what normally happens. That's the wake up call. That's Saturn coming at you to this is when you think like that, that is you receiving higher learning and higher understanding. You understand? This is the time now that you're evaluating everything that happens. Once you evaluate it and once you learn from it, now you do better. As they always say, you know better, you do better. But with this particular person, I honestly, if you want my advice, just from all of the energy that I'm picking up, and especially you being very emotional at this time, I feel like it's time for yourself. I feel like you should fall back. He's having a child. Allow him to decide on his own of who he wants to be with, because he's been with you, or he's been having this affair with you for the past 15 or whatever years you were saying. And
No,
then
not 15 years. No,
oh
not 15, two.
oh for the past
Well,
oh
just
for the past
two.
for the past 2 years.
Yeah, not
Oh, I'm
two,
think I'm
not
this.
15.
Oh, I thought you
Oh
mentioned.
no,
Oh,
I
you've
couldn't
been
hang out with
married.
you.
You've been married for 15 years.
No, I've been married for 5.
Oh, you've
I've
been married for 5.
5.
Okay. I don't know where I
Yes,
get that
but
number 15.
yeah,
But what you said?
yeah, I've been married for 5, and right around 2014, I got married in 2013. So right in 2014 is when we started kind of having an affair, and then it ended in 2015, and then it was revealed to my husband in 2016.
So what did your husband say?
Um, well, I mean, I guess nothing. He was hurt,
Mhm.
but he doesn't really know about like the whole affair because the gentleman, the other brother, he just basically told him he had dealt with me before in the past, and kind of when he asked him, did he ever deal with me during my marriage, he told him no.
So he.
And I just, huh?
No, so I said, so he, he saved you.
Yeah, he saved me, pretty much. But, now I'm just sitting back thinking, what if I just kind of wish it all would have just came to the surface then, you know?
Well, now, I can speak on or provide you with a little bit more advice based on just the 5 year marriage and the 2 year affair thing, right? Quote unquote. Okay, I'm not saying that 5 years is not a lot because 5 years is a commitment and you chose to live with him or be with him to the end of life, right? Um, however, this is kind of fairly new. And
Yeah.
you have to ask yourself, going into this marriage, was you really sincere about loving him? Or was you really in love with him? Because if you made that decision, and this is between me and you, sister, you understand? If you made that decision that you are in love with him, and then went ahead and had an affair 3 years after, that means that you really wasn't in love with him. Or you probably wasn't in love with him for that moment.
Well, what happened was, we got married, everything was fine, and then 4 months after we got married, he revealed some things to me, and he actually, basically, my husband had a nervous breakdown, right? But during the nervous breakdown, he started, verbally and physically abusing me.
Okay. So then.
And so, seeking comfort, I kind of went back to what was comfortable for me. Not like I planned on it, but I could just tell you how it happened. This one night, my husband was running around, and I married him. I was 26, so he was running around. My husband was younger. He was like 23. So he was running around calling me old, saying, I was the best. He was the best thing that had ever happened to me, and and I was really upset one night, and I went to my cousin's house, and this brother was at my cousin's house because he dealt with her son, and so he was at her house, and he opened the door, and I was crying, and he was like, what's wrong? And so we started kind of talking, and that's what happened, and that's how it happened.
Well, just seeking, with the information that you provided, I mean, he, in a sense, willed you out his life. You don't verbally nor physically abuse a goddess. So, like I mentioned to you before, whatever is not real, whatever is unrighteous, whatever is not natural, will one day come to an expiration date. I'm not taking back what I said. I'm not taking back what I said about you being honest in this situation.
Right.
But now I under or rather over or rather understand why the universe aligned you with someone else that provided you with love and affection. That's what will happen. That's what will happen. If you're in a relationship or you're in a marriage with a man that is abusing you, and I always say verbal abuse is the worst type of abuse because it gets caught up in your subconscious mind. So if you are spiritually abusing me, then my spirit don't have to deal with this. So my spirit is going to, as they say, laws of attraction, or rather opposite attracts. You got a man or you got somebody that you love that is abusing you, the opposite is somebody that is loving you. So what do you expect? And then you got comfortable with this man, and then the love triangle happened, and then it got caught up. You just got caught up. You got caught up. You understand? However, and it happens. However, and I'm seeing both of them. Are both of them younger than you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because
They
I'm
both
seeing
are.
both of them. Yeah, I'm seeing both of them younger than you. I mean, again, good sister, this is it's really not the end of the world, and I'm not saying that it's nothing to go against your spirit, but you still have an opportunity to move forward. You still have an opportunity to be loved again. You understand? That's what I mean by not the end of the world. Like, you still have that. I know that you may still want to be with this other person that loved you, and have a child by somebody else. But if you don't want to be greedy, and I know this may be a hard pill to swallow, if you don't want to be greedy, allow him to be happy, even if it's not with you. Allow, and that is the challenge, and that is the stronger side of you, and that is the God and the divine queen goddess in you. I would allow this man to be happy even though it is not with me. I accept everything, and I am thankful for everything that has transpired, because he saved me during times of trauma and abuse. So you still have to, you got to think about it like that. Like I always say, people come into your life for many different reasons. This man in particular came into your life because he came to bless you. He came to fulfill, or rather complete you, where you was being incompleted by the man that claims to be your husband. You see, how can you be with a man? How can you be with a man and continue on with a relationship with a man that has already verbally abused you and physically abused you for 2 or 3 years? That's a no-no. So guess what's gonna happen? You're gonna go with somebody else, or rather, he's gonna go with somebody else, because the universe is not gonna allow this nonsense to continue to happen, especially if you have, protectors on the other side. You get what I'm saying? On the spirit realm, they're not gonna allow him to be treating you that way. No, you know what I'm saying? But you lost control. You lost control.
I did.
You lost control. And again, it happens. You understand? You lost control, and it happens. First and foremost, you got with the brother. You got with the brother at a very vulnerable state. Did me and you have a session?
Mhm.
Did this come up in our session last time?
It came up in a previous. I think the first session we did.
Oh yeah, the spirit is
yeah, it came up in the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, because the spirit is talking to me. You told her this. You told her this. I said, what? Wait, hold up. I spoke to you before about
you
this.
did. You did, but at that time, you know how. See, because what had happened, and I know we gotta be finishing up, but what happened during that time was my cousins were the actual ones that revealed it to my husband. So at that time, they were kind of pulling the other guy away from me. And so, I was just feeling like, well, I always have time, to just explain to him, what kind of was going on. I don't know.
Good sister.
And I just don't.
Good sister, the man traumatized you. Okay? The man spiritually traumatized you. When you become spiritually traumatized, how can you be open, or how can you love somebody that spiritually traumatized you? How can you be open to coming and telling this same person that spiritually traumatized you that I am in love with someone else? How? It takes a lot of courage. You understand? It takes a lot of strength. And it also takes a plan. You probably didn't have a plan. This is the reason why you couldn't come and tell him that you no longer wanted to be with him, because okay, you no longer want to be with me, so you telling me to say what? You just telling me because you want to tell me? I personally, someone like that, I'm gonna say, listen, I don't want to be with you. I'm going to be with somebody else. You didn't have a plan. You understand? So I can understand. I can see where your hesitation came in at, in terms of, damn, I always wanted to tell him, I didn't know how. But again, psychologically and on a up and up level, and on a cosmic divine level, it was shot. It was shot due to the verbal abuse that was given to you. You know what I'm saying? From this same man. That's like the white man. How you go to the white man and ask the white man to give you extra money? Hell no. You ain't getting no extra money from. How you go to the Chinese store and ask the Chinese man to let you go for $1? He ain't letting you go for no damn dollar. Hell no.
Right. Right.
How do you go to somebody that verbally and physically abused you and tell this person that you love somebody else? How do you do that? So what I'm trying to tell you is not to feel guilty about not really going to him and being honest, but internally that should have been worked out internally,
Right.
only to set yourself free.
Right.
You see. So now you're at a point where you're in you have bad blood with your husband, and then you also you feeling hopeless with this new the relationship with the man that you really love. You understand? So the best thing for you to do is fall back. The best thing for you to do is heal yourself. You understand? The best thing for you to do is give yourself that talk. The best thing for you to do is continue to cry.
You don't think that me sitting down with the other guy, just trying to get a sense of closure, would be a good idea?
If you want to, you got the right. Yeah, of course. If that will make you feel good, then you should. You understand? Because you're under a lot of stress, as they said. You're under a lot of stress. And again, if that's what makes you feel good, then that's what makes you feel good. But honestly, I would not push having a relationship with him.
Because, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to fall back.
Yeah.
I'll let him go on. If it's meant for us to come back together, then we will. But
right.
I think I just need the closure just to relieve myself.
Absolutely.
But I'm going to let him go on. I am.
Yeah. Let him go. Let him, be a father, because everyone deserves that joy, right? And again, everything, what you're going through now is not like something that you probably could have prevented, because again, you got pregnant by him. He chose to have sex with somebody else. That your child would have had a brother or a sister. It wouldn't have made a difference. So, and again, this is his path, not yours. Your path is to regain your strength again, to understand what has happened to you, to thank the Creator for bringing this man into your life and providing you with joy during the times where you were abused. You get what I'm saying? So there's a lot of lessons and blessings to be grateful for, during the time of healing, during this emotional time. Okay. And I keep you in my prayers, and I would go for, I'll go for a divorce. If you still not feeling him, and again, you have to ask yourself. This is how I do it, right? This is how I do it. I ask myself the question in behind closed doors, while I'm in meditation, while I'm at my highest peak. I always ask myself the question. I said, whatever the question is, or rather, do you really love this person? Can I see myself with this person 15 years down from today. And if I cannot give myself a solid yes, then that means that there's an inconsistency there. Then that means that you're not for sure. And if you're not for sure, you don't need to be wasting your damn time.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I claim that you get better. I claim that you receive the peace that you're searching or you're seeking or that you deserve. And I claim that all goes well for you moving forward. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Indeed. This session has been recorded. Would you like this to be private or you give me permission to upload it?
You can upload it. I don't care. Just go ahead. You can upload it.
Okay. Thank you very much. Okay, beloved.
All right.
Bye-bye.